You know, when I was a kid watching Dragon Ball Z, I remember thinking how cool Goku was. He was an icon for good, who could do no wrong. He was strong, he was fun, and he could shoot giant blue beams out of his hands. He was the guy we all wanted to be, but the times, they have changed. He is no longer on the gold pedestal he once was. Especially with his newest incarnation in Dragon Ball Super, where once Goku was the ideal hero, he's now too stupid for his own good. People say things like, he only cares about fighting, he's too much of a main character, he has too much plot armor, and of course, he's a bad dad. And for some reason, that's the one that got me. I mean, a bad dad? Really? I mean, granted, I don't think he's the best dad. I mean, it's not like he sealed an evil spirit inside his son and completely screwed up his childhood or anything. Personally, I blame Team 4-Star. I love them, but it seems like that's their go-to joke whenever Gohan and Goku are on screen together.
Then again, I don't really know anyone my own age. My best friends are a 26-year-old dwarf and a giant green alien who constantly hits me. Still, better than my dad. At least they're around. Huh, where did that come from? What would Dad do in this situation? Bye, son! I'm beginning to think I have issues.
Talk eating.
Oh, you are just like your father.
In what regard?
Well, you're strong and brave, and look at you in that gi.
It was the only thing he left me.
But is Goku really a bad dad? I don't think so. In fact, all things considering, I think he's a pretty great dad, and I aim to prove it today. So join me as we discuss why Goku isn't a terrible father, not counting Super. So when discussing Goku's parenting style, I think it's important to discuss how he himself was raised. Goku spent most of his own childhood living on his own in the woods, his own father dying in a planetary explosion, and Goku's adopted grandfather being killed by Goku himself in his rampaging Ozaru form. Despite this, Grandpa Gohan still managed to teach Goku a few things about being polite and being nice to girls, and that's it. Admittedly, it's not a lot, but it's not a terrible foundation to work with, and we see Goku did take these lessons to heart. In Dragon Ball, Goku consistently greets people politely whenever he meets them.
Who are you?
I'm Snow.
I'm cold.
A lesson he will pass on to his son Gohan in the future.
Wow.
Oh, Goku, he's adorable!
Gohan, say hi. Hello, everyone.
Did you see that? Did you see that? These aren't strangers Goku's meeting, they're his closest friends, and he still makes sure Gohan greets them properly and politely. And if things had gone right, I think Goku would have taught Gohan how to be a capable gentleman, let's say. But unfortunately, things didn't go right, and this is where I take issue with the whole idea of Goku being a bad dad. Because when you think about it, it's not that Goku was a bad dad, but it's more like he didn't get a chance to be a dad. In the first episode of Dragon Ball Z, we see the characters reuniting after not seeing each other for years. Obviously, a lot of things have happened in those few years, including Goku becoming a dad. Naturally, he wants to introduce a member of his new family to the members of his old family. So he does what all good dads do. He gets up, gets his son ready, and sets out for a day of fun with his son and his friends. And that's when Raditz arrives and does two things. One leads to the death of Goku, and the second, he makes everyone think Goku is a bad dad. Because here's Goku, all set to spend the day with Gohan, and then Raditz shows up and tells him basically, I'm here to unload a ton of exposition, and when I'm done you can either join me or die. And so Goku dies. Man, that was something, huh? Having Goku die within the first few episodes of the new series. Man, that was wild. Everyone's heads exploded, but because of this, Goku never had the chance to be a dad. But as I'll show later, if he had had the chance, he would have been a great dad. To those of you who don't understand what I mean when I say Goku never had a chance to be a good dad, after Goku arrives in the afterlife, he spends most of his time training to defeat the looming Saiyan threat. But when he first arrives back home, the first thing he does is save Gohan. So first of all, if a father saving his son from death isn't a sign of a good father, I just don't know what is. Second, the resulting battle leaves Goku crippled This means Gohan and Krillin are the only ones to go on a mission to resurrect their dead friends. Okay, so pay attention to this. When Gohan says he wants to go to Namek, Goku doesn't say, yeah, okay, he'll be fine. Instead, he gets an unsure look on his face. He's not as upset as Chi-Chi is, but he's not exactly eager to ship off his son to a strange new planet on his own. But after Gohan gives a little speech, I believe Goku sees a little of himself in Gohan. Now, Goku wasn't anywhere near as sheltered as Gohan was, but there were still times where he felt he had to do something, and his friends would try to talk him out of it. So this is why Goku allows Gohan to go to Namek. Not to say that Goku still isn't worried. One of the driving forces that's making Goku train so hard on his way to Namek is knowing that there will be new enemies there that will threaten him and his son. And then Goku arrives and saves Gohan again, because having Krillin as your backup is like taking on a dragon with a plastic bat. So Goku saves Gohan, heals his broken neck, and proceeds to keep saving him until the fight with Frieza. And immediately after turning Super Saiyan, Goku does something that pretty much everyone agrees was the move of a good dad. Even Team 4-Star couldn't really take this moment from Goku. He tells Gohan to leave. He doesn't just tell him, he yells at him, something he's never really done before. Now, some might say that he wasn't protecting Gohan, he was protecting Piccolo. But if that was the case, he would have told him to take Piccolo somewhere safe, because the planet wasn't blowing up at this point. There were calm-ish places to hang out, but that's not what Goku said. Goku says, Gohan, run, and while you're at it, take Piccolo with you. And then the planet blew up. Gohan is back on Earth, Goku is presumed dead, and once again, Goku is robbed of the chance to be a dad. I mean, sure, they did try to wish him back, and he refused, but I mean, come on! For like the past year and a half, since Goku took Gohan to meet his friends, it's been fighting, death, training, fighting, near death, training, fighting, fighting, near more death, fighting.
But he just got back from his training. After getting back from Namek. After getting back from his training. After being dead.
Near death again. I think it's understandable for him to want a little break and some alone time. And this was waiting for him back at home.
I know why. Because he's scared, that's why. Of the one more powerful than a Super Saiyan, his wife.
What?
Yikes! No! Please no! It was a joke!
I mean, it's not like he's gonna die in this timeline. So in the Android saga, it was revealed that Goku was destined to die of a heart virus. If Trunks hadn't intervened, then Goku's chance of being a good dad would have completely disappeared. But because of Trunks, Goku survives. But at the same time, the situation quickly turns into, oh hey Gohan, sorry, no time to catch up. New life-devastating threat over the horizon. We gotta go train. It's really sad when you think about it. And keep going back to that one fateful day. Goku got up in the morning, wanting to introduce his new son to his friends. And from then on, life just kept separating Goku and Gohan. The only real time they spent together was during their training in the hyperbolic time chamber. And even then, it amounted to a few years of time together. But most of it was spent training, all because some little jerk wanted to be taller. But during that training, we find out that Goku, like a good dad, believes in his son, as shown when he trusts the fate of the world in his hands. Something that even Piccolo believed, by the way. And in the end, Goku was right, but he still died, telling Gohan how proud of him he was. And for those saying that Goku was a bad dad because he left Chi-Chi with another son to take care of on her own, Goku didn't leave Chi-Chi. He died protecting her and his son from a crazy bug monster. And two, I'm certain neither Goku nor Chi-Chi knew that she was pregnant. When he died, he tells Gohan, take care of your mother, not take care of your mother and your little brother. One time skip later, we enter the Buu Saga. And if you want examples of Goku being a good dad, this is a place to go. Case in point, Goku arrives on Earth after years of being dead. The first thing he does is meet his son. Goku never met Goten, but Goku does love to fight, and he arrives at the World Martial Arts Tournament. And the first thing he does is say hello to Goten, like a good father. I know, right? I'm putting Goku on such a high pedestal. Oh, he said hi to his kid, Father of the Year.
For regular attendance, not even for being good at anything, just for turning up, right? He's always here, give him a prize, he'll be back. Thank you. Thank you.
But this is the point I'm trying to stress to you. For a long time now, Goku hasn't just been seen as a bad dad, or just a deadbeat dad. Type into Google, worst anime dads, and see how fast Goku pops up. But Goku is not a bad father. He just had a bad day. And just like the Joker said, all it takes is one bad day.
I've demonstrated There's no difference between me and everyone else. All it takes is one bad day. That's how far the world is from where I am. Just one bad day.
Because you had a bad day, you take everyone down, you sing a sad song just to turn it around.
Goku had a bad day, and he lost his chance to be a dad. But the Buu Saga marks the beginning of a great day. You know, all things considering. It marks the day Goku got a chance to be a father again. Because on this day, he met and hugged his youngest son for the first time. And throughout the Buu Saga, you see examples of the dad Goku could have been if he just had the chance. He cheers on Goten during the matches, helps his self-esteem by convincing him he can take on Buu, and even participates in play dates with him and his friends. And then you have Gohan. Goku is known for his love of fighting. He loves fighting strong enemies. And more than that, he loves fighting enemies who are stronger than him. And Buu fits that bill perfectly. But instead of doing everything he can to beat Buu one-on-one, Goku helps train Gohan to be a hero and save the world. Goku would love nothing more than to not just see Gohan beat Cell, but take on Buu as well. And that's because while Goku might love fighting, what he would love more is being proud to see his son match him and even surpass him. And if you still don't believe me when I say Goku would have been a great dad if he only had the chance, enter Pan. This is one of the changes that Super made that I didn't really like. Super took a lot of cues from GT and reworked them. A new red-headed Saiyan transformation with sparkly aura, introducing a new tier of fusion, new sets of Dragon Balls, old enemies returning in new, more powerful forms, and for our purposes today, introducing the character of Pan into the story. In Super, Pan is a baby who loves spending time with her grandpa, Hercule. But in the GT timeline, Pan loves her grandpa Goku. Goku trains her, plays with her, and makes her feel better when she's crying. This right here is full-on Dad Goku. If Goku hadn't had that one bad day, I guarantee this is the way he would be acting with his kids. And when we get into GT proper, Goku gets turned into a kid, but his mind remains the same. And because this isn't Dragon Ball Super, Goku isn't a complete idiot. I mean, he's not a genius, but he isn't a complete moron either. But more important, he still has parental instinct. While he's on his adventures with Pan and Trunks, he still acts like a sort of father figure to Pan. He worries about her, tries to keep her safe, things he would do for his own kids. But then Dragon Ball Super arrived, and the audience finally got the chance to see Goku as a dad. Okay, I'm gonna level with you. There's a reason I titled this video why Goku isn't a terrible father, not counting Super. I'm not gonna tell you that Goku was the best dad or that he was a three-dimensional character, but he's not a one-note character either, at least not until Super. Goku was significantly dumbed down in Super, and that was when the idea of Goku being a bad dad was pretty much reinforced and grew in popularity, because in Super, I mean, look at this. He has almost no interest in Pan, and there are only 2 scenes where Goku takes an interest in his kids. One of them was when Zamasu revealed that he killed Chi-Chi and Goten in the future, which was the past when he said it. And I'm not even gonna comment on how that should be impossible in the hot timeline. But in this moment, Goku does go nuts because he found out that a villain killed his wife and child. He gets rightfully pissed and starts beating the crap out of Zamasu. And then a few minutes later, he's back to his old goofy self. What? Why? What? Goku, where did all your rage go? You mean to tell me that Chi-Chi and Goten getting murdered is worth a quick little outburst, but Krillin, he makes you achieve a whole new level of power? What kind of BS is that? And later, he helps Gohan regain a little bit of his confidence, which is cool. He's his dad, that's exactly what he should do. But didn't you do this like twice already?
God, I love being motivated. I love being motivated.
Me too.
I love being motivated.
And then he makes Gohan the de facto leader of the group, just to run off the first second he gets, ignoring Gohan's plan entirely. Dragon Ball Super has a lot of pretty looking fights. Fights that can get you pumped up, but it does not do good character development. Vegeta is considered a good dad. He is. Vegeta is strict, he's fair, and he cares deeply for his kids. But you could also make the argument that he's also the worst dad in the series. After all, he had a loving family and was completely willing to throw it all away for his selfish desires and pride. Yeah, he might have turned back, but that was only because he thought he finally beat Goku. What if Goku had gone Super Saiyan 3 during the fight? Would Vegeta still have sacrificed himself? Or would he have fallen further into the darkness.
That really hits me where I live.
Point is, Vegeta openly stated that he was willing to throw away his family and friends for his one selfish wish. If he can do that and still be considered a good dad, then why can't we do the same for Goku? Many people would say it was just a moment of weakness and Babidi influenced his mind to change him. They will argue that Vegeta didn't wake up that morning planning to turn evil. He just had one bad day. Vegeta had a bad day, just like Goku. The difference is, Vegeta's bad day cost him a few days of his life. Goku's bad day cost him his relationship with his sons, and as a result, unfairly became known as one of the worst dads in anime. So guys, that was my argument on why Goku was a good dad, or at least, not a bad one. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you think I'm an idiot? Please, feel free to leave a comment down below, and I'll see you guys next time.